Hey guys, it's the same night. We're moving chickens. Don't do that. They don't need to see my face. So we're gonna move the chickens. We're gonna do it at night. Hopefully this goes well. We've gone in for red. Nothing. Well, we've gotten 4 so far. Make that 5, 6. Here we go. Okay, Homestead Boy 1 and I got them all moved. We got the rooster that had been in there pulled out to a separate area. We figure if there's not a dominant rooster, the other ones can kind of figure it out. We did have to put one bantam hen in her own pen because she had gotten picked on and her back was bare. So we're gonna leave her by herself for a while. The one that gave us the biggest problem was the guinea hen, and we almost lost her. She was in this pen back here behind us. She flew probably, I don't know, 12 feet up in the air, found some grass she thought she was hidden, and then Homestead Boy 1 grabbed her. So now the pecking order will be hashed out, and but at least they're all in one spot. Hopefully they figure out what home is. We're gonna leave the front door of the coop closed, so they'll be able to get out into the pen. Technically they'll be able to get out in the pasture and get out in free range. Hopefully they like learn where home is first. We're gonna have to watch them for like this whole week and make sure they're not sleeping outside or trying to go back and sleep where their pen was. So, but we're going to bed. It is probably close to 11 o'clock. See you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm joining you not that much later. You can see Thunder's here, so we pulled him out. The other bantam is in that cage there by herself, and then everybody else went in the big coop. So let's go take a look. So more or less all of the new chickens are in here. They freaked out when I opened the door. There's some of the old ones in here too. You know what I figured would happen? They're not used to going through that little door. So right now they're all staying in the coop, whereas you can see all the rest of the chickens who are used to coming out are already out and free ranging. So hopefully they kind of stay in there or stay in the pen area for a while. They can get underneath the fence over to here, but hopefully they don't get out. Like I said last night, we'll have to watch them and make sure that none of them like start sleeping outside or, you know, go back to their old pens, but we'll figure it out. Well, at least 2 of the chickens got out. And they don't seem to be afraid of me. Oh, the other rooster's over there. So he got out too. Look at her go. I figured she'd be able to fly. Homestead Boy 1 was worried about the bantams. You know, he said they're so much smaller than the bigger chickens, they're going to be picked on. And I said, you know, buddy, I don't think you have to worry about them. They're going to be the most agile birds out here. And you can see she just flew all the way over top of the chicken coop with no problem. They're not going to have any problem getting away from anyone who's trying to bully them because they're just smaller and faster. So this group right here, they were in the blue coop right there. So they were used to coming through. You see we put like vinyl shelf liner over that door just to keep the wind from blowing through. So that's their group right there on the other side of the fence and right here. They were used to going through that. So I had no worry that they'd be able to get in and out. Some of the other ones, that might be something for us to change in the future. They're not quite as used to going through that, so they haven't, it's different for them, so they're scared of it. I may actually go in there and flip up a couple of the tabs so they can see the outside and realize that they can come out into here. So, but so far so good. I don't see anybody that's getting really picked on. They're kind of staying in themselves. Bullseye wants to come say hi. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. So yeah, so far so good. And these guys obviously still equate us with food, so they're not afraid of us. But man, are they pretty. No, Prudy's getting jealous that Bullseye was coming over to talk to me.
Close, a little.
So I flipped up the tabs and you can see now they're like, oh, there's another place to this. so they'll eventually come out. So far, the flock integration is going well. That could all change tonight when they're not going where they're supposed to be, and they're not in the coop, and they're going every place, and we've got to try to find them, and maybe cursing them at that point. But right now, everything's going well. It doesn't seem to be too much picking on or anything like that. I think everyone's kind of figuring out where home is and where they can go to, so we'll see how it goes. So every time I come out, I'm trying to figure out like what birds have gotten out, where they're at, just so I have an idea. So if later on tonight, when the birds are supposed to be in the coop, they're not, I might have an idea where to look for them. You can see some of the birds who just have gotten used to going in that front door, kind of like, hey, how come I can't get in? But they know how to get in, so it'll take them a little bit longer is all. So here's the cuckoo and red Orpingtons. You can see how they're kind of, they've got like striping like a barred rock. So I think these little guys right here are my favorite. I may be changing my tune come this evening when I can't catch them to get them back in the coop, but they're just hanging around. They're not, for everything that I've read about Old English game hens, and these are duck-wing Old English game hens, being super, super flighty, they're not. Like, they'll let the kids walk up to them. We've walked up to them. They walk towards me. It's not like they're always afraid of anything. This is a very short sample size, but so far, I really like these guys. They're really cool. Okay, those little brats are now eating all the chicken food. I don't know where they came through this time, but we're going to have to figure out how to get them back. So I think the piglets had gotten out and then pushed their way underneath the chicken fence here. So I put this 2x12 here, or 2x8. Hopefully that'll help keep them in. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start using some dirt in the pile I have over there, and I'm just going to start pouring it in here. When I get a chance with the tractor, I'm going to start dumping it all along here so that they can't get out, or at least so they have a harder time getting out. And maybe we'll even put rocks underneath it and bury them to give them a harder time to get out. The other option is I run an electric wire along here, which is another possibility that maybe I'll do. I don't know. Well, guys, we're heading to church. You can see one of the ducklings is right there. I think she's wondering where her beau is. I don't see the rooster. She normally stays pretty close to him. And then there's a production red right there, which is as far as I've seen them get out. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm really hoping not to have to search all over creation looking for where chickens are hiding, but we'll see. I mean, if we just have to come in here and find them, no big deal. You can see like the lavenders are down there in the corner. Some of the reds the cuckoos are in back there. So we've got to find a couple. That's not a big deal. But we're heading to church. I will see you guys later. Hey guys, I don't know if you can see me at all because I can't tell what I'm looking at, but we got all the chickens back in the coop. Actually, a lot of them were just old, like the older chickens who weren't expecting the door to be closed at the front. That's what they normally went back through. So, and then the rest of them had stayed in the run. So everything was good. I'm going to bed. We'll see you guys tomorrow.